Hey, welcome back to Sports Kathi. We are just trying to do a football roundup of the Champions League and the Europa League. And as we know, the first tie of the Champions League round of 16 is done. Karan, what do you think? Which are the matches that are still in balance? That there is still something to play for the second match of the tie?
Thanks, Vaishakh. I feel there are a couple of games that are right at the balance at this point of time, and I feel they'll be really interesting in the second leg. The first game would be the Sevilla-Dortmund game. The first leg ended 2-3, where Sevilla ended up scoring 2 goals and Dortmund scored 3. As we all know, Haaland was there on the score sheet. So I feel Sevilla in the second leg will try to score more away goals than Dortmund and just win it on aggregate, because it will be difficult for them to win specifically on away goals. The other game, which I feel is right at the balance, is the one between Porto and Juventus. That game ended 2-1, where Porto scored 2 goals and Juventus only scored 1. I think that it is time that Ronaldo steps up, and this will be one game where we might see Ronaldo scoring 2 or 3 goals, because it is time for him to step up and do that for Juventus. Even though Porto has that 1 goal advantage, I feel it will be a bit difficult for them to come back in the second leg. But let's see. The third game, which I feel is really tight, is my personal favorite, is Atletico and Chelsea. I'm a Chelsea supporter. So Chelsea did play well that game, but Atletico, knowing Simeone, had a solid defense there. We got lucky with the goal because it came off an Atletico defender, and then Giroud had that bicycle kick. So I feel in the second leg, Atletico will go a little more offensive, and I hope Tuchel has an answer for that. But this, I think, will be one of the most exciting games, because the scoreline is only 0-1, so both teams have an equal chance. The fourth game, which I felt was a bit, I would not say very neck to neck, but there's still a possibility that things might change, is the Leipzig-Liverpool game. I feel even though Liverpool won the first leg 2-0, where they scored 2 away goals, both the goals were defensive errors. And I feel that Leipzig can bounce back, provided that they defend well. That's it from my end. Over to you, Vaishakh.
Yeah, I think we should be adding one more match into that list, because as much as we talk about Real Madrid, they are not the Real Madrid of the past. So Atlanta, yes, they got beaten by 1 goal, but that's with 10 men. If they play with 11 men, the match could be different as well. And now Atlanta go back to play at Madrid. That match is not done yet either. And as you said, Liverpool-Leipzig, that is also not yet done. Because of, the way Liverpool is this season, they are also prone to mistakes. And the 2 goals the Liverpool scored was also mistakes. So Leipzig can also, have the same kind of an advantage in Anfield. But it's a tough ask. Let's get to the teams that are surely through midfield. I might agree that Manchester City is surely through, because they scored 2 goals, but they are not as through as if you look at PSG, for example, where they beat Barcelona 4-1 after Barcelona taking the lead. Mbappe, running the show against the Barcelona defense, and this could be the last time you see Messi at Camp Nou in a European match, and that is happening in a ghost game where no one is watching. It's sad that the Barcelona fans. The local Barcelona fans couldn't watch Messi probably on his last European night. Probably. Let's wait for that till the summer. And Bayern is also surely through. And as I'm a Bayern fan, I would just like to mention a few statistics that Bayern has also broken the record of most consecutive away wins. It was Manchester United who had it with 16 away wins. Now Bayern has 17 away wins. And also to mention that the previous record for most consecutive wins in the Champions League was with Ronaldo at 15, and Neuer had broken it last time with 16. And I think now he has extended it with 17, while Kimmich and Lewandowski have equaled with 15 now. So they might break that as well and go to the second spot at 16 if they win the next match. Let's get to the Europa League now. As we see in the Europa League, there were a few good matches. If you look at Olympiacos versus PSV, that was very interesting. It was back and through, and there was scoring goals at both ends. It ended 4-2 in the first leg. And when you get to the second leg, PSV scored the 2 goals at home. So with the 2 away goals, they were pretty much going through. But what happened was that in the 87th minute, when the goal was 2-0, they struck the post, and the next minute Olympiacos go back to the other end and score the goal to knock out PSV. That was an interesting match. Villarreal Salzburg was an interesting match. But I think the most interesting one of all was Arsenal Benfica, also because of the weight of the two clubs that are involved, and the players who are involved as well. I would also like to mention a few chokers. I mean, if you mention the chokers, the most interesting choker has to be Napoli being knocked out by Granada. They lost it pretty much in the first leg. Milan could not beat Red Star Belgrade, despite Red Star Belgrade being down to 10 men in both the legs. That's interesting. So they qualified on away matches, and you can't forget Hoffenheim. They are leading the statistics in the Europa League for total attempts and everything. If you look at team statistics, but despite all that, despite one of the top performers in the Europa League in totality, they are out by Molde, which you look over the two tie. Hoffenheim have a XG of over 7, while Molde just created hardly XG of 2.5. And that's pretty interesting that Molde could beat Hoffenheim. But coming to the Arsenal-Benfica match, and the draw for the round of 16 is through. What do you think about it, Karan?
Before I get to the draw, I'll just take you through the games which I saw for Europa League. Arsenal-Benfica was one such game which I saw. Arsenal did play well to come back in the second leg. Aubameyang, I think, is back in form. He scored a hat-trick in Premier League. That was pretty good. The other English team, or the other game I followed in Europa League, was the Tottenham game, which they won 8-1. They scored 4 goals. I think Dali Ali scored a sizzling bicycle kick. So I think Tottenham, I hope they get back to form and can maintain it into their Premier League. The other disappointment, I would say, in Europa League was also the Leicester game, because they lost the game 0-2. The first game was 0-0 against Slavia Praha, and the second leg ended 0-2, and Slavia Praha was able to score 2 away goals. Coming to the draws, I feel that the one draw I feel which in my opinion will be a really good game, is the one between Manchester United and AC Milan, because Ibrahimovic will be coming back to the Theatre of Dreams, and we can expect some firework, even though Milan have been dropping form in Serie A. But you can expect them to pick up, and probably that will be a good game. The other game which I feel will be interesting will be Olympiacos versus Arsenal, because Arsenal have just picked up form, and Olympiacos have also done well to qualify into the round of 16 here. Over to you, Vaishakh. What do you think? What would be the good fixtures into this round?
So as you mentioned, Arsenal Olympiacos, I was just checking. It was Olympiacos who actually knocked Arsenal out of the Europa League last season. But then that was somewhat of an upset. And I think if Arsenal wants to qualify for the Champions League, plus it is a trophy, I think Arsenal would be giving a slightly more attention, towards the Europa League, because it's not easy for Arsenal to, get to the Champions League position playing the Premier League. And that's one of the reasons why, Arsenal Olympiacos could be an interesting match, because Arsenal might be playing their, full strength. And Olympiacos is a bit tricky team. They beat PSV, but I think Arsenal have in them to beat. But for me, I think the second match that would be very interesting is Roma Shakhtar. I think because Roma is a team in form, and Shakhtar, is always a big team in the Europa. So that would be the match that I would watch. So I expect, Ajax and Villarreal, Arsenal, Spurs, Slavia Prague and Granada to make through. And in United Milan match, that would be interesting, because for neither United or for Milan, I don't think at this point Europa League has much of an importance. They might be giving more attention to Europa, maybe if they reach the final stages. But at this point, if qualification of Champions League is concerned, it's easier for them to play the league and qualify for the Champions League. But yes, this is a trophy, and the big traditional clubs, they would want to win all the trophies that they play for. But at this point, I don't think they will be playing a full strength team. It's just my what I expect. And in that sense, but I still think United will make through because Milan is not in form. So those are my predictions, and hope that we hear from you back about your predictions. Please like our video. Please comment if you have anything to add. Until next time, stay safe. Goodbye.